And so I've chosen to continue torturing myself. My rune tree is there, look at it if you want to, but as you may have noticed, this series is taking time. Oh my goodness, my microphone, really? No, stop! But this series is taking place at the same time I'm trying to technically progress. Right now I'm trying to complete DL15 with all characters and weapons, although I still put a limitation on myself, and that limitation is that I must use the weapon right underneath the character. I don't know why I did that, so I've made my choice. So I have to take Quick Hands or Divine Wrath. I'm going to take Quick Hands. No Frost Mage, no Double Shot, not particularly in that order of banning, and then none of these summon perks, or quote-unquote summon perks. And then I don't have Cadence or Ethereal on, so it's going to be what it's going to be. And yes, while I've taken the summon perk for the Rune Tree, and I'm not using any summons, that's the whole point of banning things, to make things at least harder, and if not for nothing else, then for fun. And if I forget to say anything else, well, use your best common sense until I say details, or let me know if you have any questions about why I'm doing this in the first place, or what I'm doing, or how I should be doing it. So yeah, just, I'm not here to prove anything, although to me it might be enlightening. It may or may not be enlightening, but, I mean, we're here now, so I'm making the video, and if you're watching this, then I've already uploaded the video. That said, I'm not really planning to, edit Minutes Till Dawn videos, at this point in time, because I'm strapped for time. So, what you see is what you're going to get. If I die, I'm just going to, like, just pretty much say bye and leave. So, that's gonna be what's happening. And if for nothing else, hey, that's good for gameplay, right? I mean, at least I'm not trying to drag out the video on my own terms. Other people have their reasons, and their good reasons. Me, however, you know, I'm just doing what I can do. I'll give you the gameplay and I'm gonna get out, along with some commentary here and there, because otherwise you'd just be listening to video with, a video without any commentary, and that, you know, that's just fine. It's just, yeah, I'm playing a game, I might as well put my own input into it, even if it sounds like incoherent babbling half the time. That said, don't take anything I say as an absolute. Even I want to change my opinion, although I usually have a good reason for saying it. In my defense, most of the time, at least, I want to say. So, I know I asterisk a lot of things by kind of going off tangent, adding things to what I'm saying, but for the most part, if you're someone who likes to observe people's behaviors, it's not like I say it with no reason. There is a reason I'm saying it, even if I do not inherently know the reason myself, even though I do try to explain myself at the same time. All about me. It's not about me, but hopefully I didn't take anything, right? Okay. I'm autopiloting a little bit, but for the most part, I think I've gotten better at remembering what I banned, because otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. But what is apparent is that I'm getting swarmed a lot more frequently, though at this point in time, I've been recording this along with trying to complete Flame Gun with Hina, so I've taken Frost Mage and Double Shot, although at the same time I feel like that's mostly me having bad movement and not using Hina Clone as much. Even if it's just to apply burns, even though that's a lot of damage in itself, not using Hina Clone both for movement or at least for DPS is kind of harmful. By that same logic, I should also just be going for a Pacifist Hina at this point, but I've chosen to at least... I feel like it's more than a bit easier to complete Hina Flame Gun on DL15 without... doing a non-pacifist. Otherwise, I find myself dying a lot more frequently, or I feel that's going to be the case, because I haven't attempted it yet. It's been a while since I've attempted pacifist of any character, but most of the time I see people talking about Hina, maybe a few other characters, but I mean, technically, I think Shauna, or do you have to be playing Hina? I haven't even looked at the achievement myself yet, but, well, as I'm here playing with Diamond, that's not really what I want, but I have to take what I can get and work with it. Because if I do a certain other challenge, I've made my decision on what kind of challenge videos I want to do for Minutes Till Dawn, and let's just say re-rolling is quote-unquote re-rolling or dying to roll on perks in your first 5 levels. While a very valid strat for top-down roguelikes is not really fit into most of my challenge videos, so I have to get better at doing consistent runs without relying on putting RNG on my side, basically. And yeah, you could argue, well, then you're just relying on RNG most of the time, but I feel like, you know, strats and player skill do make a good portion of your survival rate on top-down roguelikes. That said, current top-down roguelikes are either overly imbalanced for the player against the game, or are very, very grindable in a way where, I mean, still, at that point, though, you're looking at time, not wasted, but time spent, because if you're not, you know, if your skill level and or strats are not up to snuff, then you're just, what's going to end up happening is you're spending more time than someone else who is more, I guess how we say optimized, if you're trying to optimize your runs and, you know, trying to make perfect runs, which is usually where this argument comes in. It's not coming in for someone who's saying, oh, I just want to shoot the monsters and have fun. So that's, you know, I feel like there's some defense against people who are like, well, I'm just playing for fun. Well, this argument is usually, or trying to play optimally, quote unquote, kind of usually removes the fun aspect. That said, let me focus for a moment. Again, not saying that you can't optimize and have fun trying to optimize things, but where we're talking, you know, if you understand the argument I'm talking about, hopefully that's usually in the context of someone saying that, as I'm trying to dodge here, I'm gonna get, oh, okay, I did get hit. I'm gonna purposely get hit there to use iframes, but the point is that you're not usually trying to have fun while trying to win or optimize things is the whole point. Otherwise, why are we playing video games in the first place? Although, again, like I said, you could just be in it for the fun. It's just, for most people, they don't have fun trying to optimize. Usually they're just trying to optimize, and, you know, that could be a source of fun, but you're not doing both at the same time, usually. So with these tomes, speed is kind of neutral, because that's not tied to a lot of characters and or weapons, or builds. DPS, yes, there's blazing speed, but at this point I think a lot of people have considered blazing speed not that useful compared to everything else you could take, but again, I'd be happy to see the arguments for the against, because I've seen a lot more arguments for blazing speed being pretty bad, along with the vitality tree, but that's... Again, I understand why some of these are considered low tier. Perks, anyway. So, I think the best I've done, even including times I've just been quote-unquote practicing, or trying to do it off recording, band level, what am I calling this? Band level 8? Band level 8, I think I've gone to Shoggoth, and that's usually where there's trouble in paradise. That said, Shoggoth is pretty much the hardest thing we have in the game right now, or the 5 minutes till dawn, or the phase where Shoggoth spawns in is the hardest phase we have. Everything after that, you can still get swarmed after Shoggoth, I know, but objectively, I also agree with people who say that Shoggoth is the hardest wave. Just letting people know that there are people who may have come out of Shoggoth with, by the skin of their teeth, even with a good build, but the point is that some people's builds are still not built up, I've seen, at that point, and then they get swarmed in 2 to 3 minutes till dawn, and then they end up dying. So, it can happen. You still have to deal with swarms. Swarms that, by the way, have hundreds of HP. I think 800 base. So, yeah, so Shoggoth is what it is, but when you're getting swarmed and your build is not complete, even though the argument against that is usually your build's complete, so if you can beat Shoggoth, you should beat the game. But, freak accidents can happen, and again, like I said, I think most of what I've seen when people fail at 3 or die at 3 to 2 minutes till dawn is because their builds are kind of all over the place, or you're doing Splinter Launcher. But again, those are more, we're talking about the most likely reason people die after Shoggoth, so which is the name of the boss that you see in Way 6 minutes till dawn, 5 minutes till dawn, I'm forgetting. Well, there goes my credibility, right? I should also be picking up more experience than I actually am, but as we approach 12 minutes till dawn, we're actually getting swarmed here, so I need to focus on clearing ways. Maybe I should just be cutting a path through. I should just be cutting the path through. Again, if I'm forced to take a perk that is quote-unquote banned, what I'm going to do is take perks based on a priority. But I'd have to kind of look at my notes, unless it's like between summons and double shot or something easy like that. But usually, I'd have to look at I have a list of priorities, both in the pinned comment below and also in the or me saying it in the video. I'm not going to put in the description because that's not enough space. Not enough space meaning if you open the video, you're not going to see it. So that said, I just lost my. How should I be cutting through these enemies? Yeah, so firing like this, I feel like I could be surviving a lot easier, even at ban level 8. It's just the, when you have all of the power. Yeah, so here specifically, let me see. I think Ghost Light Weaponry is there. Oh no, Dragon Egg. It's Dragon Egg because most of the time, if you're in a situation like this, my reasoning for the ban priority there. This is not some term made up by the game, however. This is a term I made up myself, but. Looking at the perks, usually you're not going to be in that situation unless they're on a high ban level, but at that point, the ban priority is going to be in such a way where your build's going to be the most challenging, in my opinion. And so for Dragon Egg, obviously, that's not... You're going to be in a situation where you can take perks, but if you were in a situation like that, usually enough time has passed where Dragon Egg is not as optimal to take, which makes the run more challenging. So, That said, we can't toggle Rune Tree perks for those who don't know, so if I could, I would, but still though, I think perks are more the perks are the large part of being able to survive a run. So, I mean, before I ban Rune Tree perks for myself, I would still ban perks outright, and then I'll work on including... Look at that, did that monster just flying from off screen? That's a thing that happens... But I don't know if it's exactly a graphical glitch or an actual bug. Because the only thing that changed in this recent patch, if you didn't watch my previous video already, is that the flame gun's range, quote-unquote, was increased, I think? Or the speed was increased, something small like that. I think they said range, but I've already talked about how I believe range works. But technically the range was increased, but if that's not if there isn't exactly a range variable, then yeah, the dev would be obfuscating details, but again, I'm gonna default to believing until things are clarified in the community. Usually the community, like every community, it's filled with a lot of memes, but when you ask a serious question, you will get a serious answer. You might get a few memes, but again, that's par for the course for every community for lots of games. So, Minutes Till Dawn is no exception. And as I explained in the recent video that should come out before this one, the reason why the graphics have been changed back to default is because the mod that supports it, it's not great when every single update pretty much breaks the mod. So even assuming that the person who made that mod, Darkly77, because I mean I've used it, I might as well name drop it. The person who made it, even if they're able to, update the mod every single patch, hour one within the patch comes out, and it's really easy. It's still tiring for the people who are using it. I understand from a development standpoint, so. Yeah, it's until you get a much easier way. I mean, if the mod creator could do it hour one and it wouldn't take more than a few minutes on their part to make the mod, I'm sure they would be more inclined to update it. But until then, until the situation changes, however it may, the mod is pretty much offline or on hiatus, I think is what the dev creators said. Oh my god, the mod creator said, let me focus for a moment, because this is a more difficult wave, mainly for the projectiles, but, But yeah, that's the situation on the mod, and therefore why the graphics are back to default. Not that the graphics are bad on default, it's just that more color looks nice to the eyes. Otherwise, what's the point of us, you know, changing our UIs here and there? That said, I can't exactly cut away. Can I even one clip? I can one clip enemies here, but I don't think it's still fast enough for me to get not swarmed. I will still be swarmed in one clip if I decide to cut my way through the main, especially considering that my spread is not enough with the damage I have to clear out enemies on the side, meaning I would get swarmed. So yeah, so there I lost. I know I'm healing a lot for now, but it's more a crutch in case I get hit, like I'm getting hit there. I would like Berserk. Actually, I need to focus this boss because I need Berserk for the 5-minute mark, but I don't think I'll be able to do that, so let's find out. Yeah, because the boss has a bunch of HP, and lo and behold, Frost Mage / Double Shot do quite a lot for your DPS. So, oh my goodness, I'm going to die here. I'm gonna believe. Okay, I know I have 2 left, and oh, okay, we got bulk up, so almost pointless, and I might just be dead here. Okay, well, I have 1 HP left, but still, that doesn't change the fact I'm about to die. There goes my shield. And unless I can cut my way through, I'm about to die. Oh, Touhou experience come through for me, said a self-proclaimed Touhou player. Even though I haven't beaten anything on Lunatic yet, so... Listen, I can get to stage 5 on 0cc. Unfortunately, I have yet to beat a game on 0cc is what I'm trying to say as I die. Oh, help me. I'll see you next time.